So for Amy, Amy has left posterior canal, BPPV. She had been doing some self repositioning maneuver on the wrong side essentially, which is fine. But when you put her head back into the left, you're gonna see, you may not see it today because we treated it yesterday, but her eyes come down like this, slow phase, and then quick up, right? So characteristic of that left posterior canal, BPPV. Very important to understand that. So when you're looking for it, you can see just the quick movement of the eyes. Usually you just see the beating up and to the left is all you'll see. So what's your PT's name?
Kelly.
Kelly. So Kelly, if you see that, and you know, if she has anything else, you can check the right posterior as well. You can check right anterior. If you ever see beating in these positions, then there's a good chance it usually will match up with their dizziness. What you'll see is that it will be fatigable as well. So we'll show that. We'll talk a little bit more as I'm kind of going through this. See if you can get in close. See if, I don't know if hopefully we don't see any beating of her eyes. Once I put her in this position, what we'll do is we'll look in real close to her eyes, like super close. See if we're just a tad more. And so for a left posterior canal, for Epley maneuver, we're going to have her turn her head to the left 45 degrees. Then we're going to bring her back 45 degrees in extension. Okay? So there, yeah, beautiful. Bring her back pretty fast. So come right in. Can you see him at all? You have any dizziness?
No.
Beautiful. So if she did, what you would see is you would see the eyes coming down like this and then up. She did yesterday. But the beautiful thing about the Epley maneuver is it works very quickly a lot of times. That's really nice when it's canal aesthesis. It's very, very nice. No dizziness?
No.
So if she did get dizziness, sometimes initially it might not be there, and then it might take a few seconds to show up. When it does show up, she's going to feel pretty crappy and feel like she's spinning and moving and nauseated, sometimes even throw up. But it's going to be fatigable, so it's going to go away after a little bit. And then when it goes away, what I tend to do is wait another 30 seconds to a minute in each position. Typically, I like to wait a minute. I like to give it as much time as possible once they stop having the nausea to wait a minute, or stop having the sensation of moving. Good?
Mm-hmm.
So now we're going to go to position 2, which is right posterior canal. And once again, we're extension 45 degrees and rotation 45 degrees. Pretty good there?
Yeah.
Great. Okay. So no dizziness there. That's great. So her eyes aren't doing anything cool, so we're not missing too much, but at the same token, we still want to see the position. Okay, so that's great. So even if we're not seeing any dizziness or any eye movements, right, slow and nystagmus, if you will, we still want to hold it in that position because it's still reintegrating the canal with the brain stem and its central structures essentially. So that's very helpful for restoration of those pathways. So now what we want to do is we want to go to position 3. What I'm going to have her do, I'm going to keep her head in this position and put her feet right up on the table. I'm going to have her tuck her chin as she rolls onto her left shoulder.
No.
Oh, sorry, right shoulder.
Right, okay.
Yeah, you're
how
right.
am I going to do that?
And she tucks her chin right into her right shoulder. And that puts her head right about 45 degrees and 45 degrees in anterior canal positioning. So if you want to come around. No dizziness?
No, not
Good.
bad.
So you can see her there. So the way I like to just do it is I keep their head in that right posterior canal position until they roll onto that right shoulder. And as they're getting to that end range on that right shoulder, I like to just tuck that right chin, press that cheek essentially or jaw right against their shoulder. And that puts them in that proper positioning, just like she is now. And she's doing very, very well. So we're gonna hold her there for just a minute. Doesn't need to be too long to integrate these canals. Excellent. Okay, so now we're going to keep her chin tucked. We're going to position 4, where she's going to sit up, keep that chin tucked down to the right. A lot of times people will also feel dizziness in this position. So you can see her tiny bit there, yep.
But nothing.
Nothing substantial, but a little bit, and that's substantial enough to note. Good. So you can see with the chin tuck, you can see she's right in that canal position. So if I want to activate that right canal, what I do is I put my head right down like this, just like hers, right? Can accentuate it if I go further to the right, but if I want to just get right in there, just like that. And then position 5 is just neutral.
All right. Feeling good.
Feeling okay?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
Like yesterday.
Yeah, that's good. Excellent. And then I just have them sit here for like a minute, however long. Of course, if they're still having dizziness, I want to wait and wait and wait. I just want to make sure I'm supporting them. I have a hand on their shoulder so they don't fall off the table, which can happen if you don't. People can feel dizzy and just lose their spatial coordination and stuff. So great.
Yep. Good.
Excellent.